Welcome to Coreum Concepts. Thanks for showing up there, guys. Just trying to get this thing figured out, going. Can you hear me okay out there? Do a sound check. See Core Marshall here. True Ross 26. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm gonna get going here right away. Just gonna verify that the audio is working here. Okay, yeah, I can hear it. Obviously, there's a pretty big lag. So anyways, I'm just going to start doing the update here. If somebody out there can just let me know in the chat that they can hear this. I'm just going to get going and we'll deal with whatever's left afterwards here, I guess. Starting with the markets today. Coreum under quite a bit of pressure here, down 2.5% today, almost 12% on the week, currently trading just under 25 cents. Here's taking a look at it on the daily chart. Sologenic also under quite a bit of pressure today. It's now trading just under 14 cents. XRP, everything pulled back. It was market-wide pullback. All markets pulled back a bit today, but XRP still strong in the last month, 30% up in the last month, currently sitting under that 50-cent mark at 48.7. Hold that 30,000 mark, currently trading at 28,713. Total crypto market cap is sitting at 1.169 trillion. Golds fell under that 2,000 mark, sitting at 1990. Silver still holding 25 bucks. DXY just shy of 102. The MMRI streaming's taking a toll on my internet service. I can see it's having trouble loading. We'll just get past that. Checking in on MintScan. 149.8 million out of 504 million tokens are locked up. Inflation's at 10.82%. 36,000 Coreum. Staking APR currently at 34.63. Taking a look at the validators list here. Currently 31 of 38 validators. Listed from Voting Power, Cosmos Station still at number one spot there at 18,421,000. Zen Lounge close behind 510. BitTrue at 16,739,000. And if we shake these up in the order of the commissions, I like to show it this way because strong showing of our community validators when you break it down by the lowest commissions charged. So that highest rewards going back out to the community. Top spot 007 Tron 2.5%, Solo Nation 3, Coreum Services 4%, Core Heroes 4.5%, and then got a whole bunch coming in at 5 after that. So I'm still curious to find out about this 31 out of 38 validators. We were running at 32 for a while. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what changes there. And a tweet here from oh wow, my internet's suffering. This is from Crypto Cedo. Important notice for EVMOS delegators to stake Cedo. Our validator got tombstoned and incurred a 10% slash. We launched a new node where you can redelegate. It's in the active set. All slash funds will be refunded. We're working on reimbursement plan as we speak. So I bring this up, not to, draw a negative light on Crypto Cedo's delegate validator. Not at all. Quite the opposite, actually. I'm very impressed, and the community, judging by the responses here, very impressed with the response. But I'm just bringing this up just for our community. A lot of us are new to this bonded proof of stake and slashing. So we've been lucky, as far as I know, our validators on Coreum since mainnet's been live is they've all been up and running with no problems. At least that I've heard anyways. I have, obviously I can't follow it that close, but I certainly haven't heard of anything. But it's worth knowing, like, what is the plan if something happens. They break it down in the thread here. Excuse me. They break it down in the thread here. It was just an honest mistake. Where does it explain it here? I think this is it here. Due to a lot of missed blocks, our current EVMOS validator node, we planned a migration over to another server. We migrated our Tendermint key management system to another server and stopped the main validator. Afterward, we synced the server. Usually we do not have validator keys on the main servers, but as EVMOS was the first chain where we still had the private validator key still on the validator, which led to tombstone double sign just now. Other chains are not affected, that was the only chain where we still had the validator key on the server. Other validator keys are securely stored in offline wallets. We apologize for the inconvenience, and slash funds will be ensuring that all funds will be reimbursed. We'll share more details soon. So like I said, handling it very well. Communication's been great right from the get-go. His community seems content with their response. But I'm just bringing this up for our community to A, be aware of the potential of this could happen, B, wherever you're currently delegating to whatever validator, it's maybe worth trying to understand what would happen in the situation if that happened to them. Would you be reimbursed? Is there a plan to do so? And then, same thing for validator. Any of you guys, I know couple guys that run validators listen to the channel here. Same thing for you. Do you have a plan in place should this happen? And is it something that's you guys have thought about, I guess, more than anything? So yeah, this definitely isn't to wag a finger at Stake Cedo. Quite the opposite. He's doing great things for multiple communities, and I wish him all the success. And it looks like he's got a really good community that's following him based on what I see on the responses to this situation here. It's all positive and very supportive, so that's great because problems will happen. The main thing is to make sure we're aware of potential issues that could arise. B, how are they going to be handled both on on the validator side and on our side. Like, it's crypto. We're early. We're pioneering this space in a lot of ways. So got to understand the risks involved. So they're just using this as an example to bring it to the forefront for the community to be aware of and discuss and potentially plan for. Validator nodes 101, understanding the basics. Zeeves is having a Twitter space with Zen Warrior. Zen runs a validator there, has a big Coreum Cosmos community that follows him. So yeah, this is Validator Nodes 101, understanding the basics. It's Thursday, April 20th, 10 to 11 p.m. IST. I'm not too sure what that converts to. I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, if you have any interest in validators, maybe a great place to ask this question or learn about this situation if they discuss it there, and any questions or concerns you have with delegating to a validator or potentially running your own validator, because Zeeves does provide that service. That's what they're here to do. Hey, Crypto Ralphie, right on, man. Glad to see somebody's seeing this out there. Thanks for that. 007 Coreum Validator is putting out a warning for the community here. Please use your channels to make everyone aware of the proliferating fake profiles that are seeking to scam by baiting you to DM them. Please make sure your viewers are aware that only Coreum official and at Real Soulogenic are legit. So yeah, you don't want to be interacting with anybody other than those guys for support, and even if you think you're interacting with the legit guys, man, don't be giving out your private keys or anything like that they get help, nothing like that. It's part of the thing I'm working on here, trying to figure out a few last details on kind of creating that safe environment where you don't have to worry about who's discussing with you, kind of leaning towards like a private Telegram group or something like that. Maybe utilize this Twitter subscription in a way. It's not necessarily a way to generate a bunch of income or anything like that. It's more just to make sure everybody in the community is there for the right reasons, and that in itself allows for a safe place to gather some information or ask some questions or have some problems you're having sorted out without having the fear of getting scammed or ripped off. So working on that. Discord, going to the project's Discord specifically. I know I've in the NFT space, being new to it, I've had to use Discord to solve a few issues here and there. So I'm not going to drop no link. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the kinks out on this one. Coreum rich list. Yeah, there's a rich list. You know what? It's not something I've spent much time focusing on. It's out there. I'll get it. Well, I'm too distracted right now to try and find it. But yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it out there. Put a link out for it. Zeeves also posted this. Most organizations will be DAOs in the near future. Wish to learn more about DAOs? Click the link below and register. So this is happening April 24th, again put on by Zeeves. So it's really good to see the information they're putting out there to help support our community. Highly recommend checking this out. I myself have some desires to create DAO to fulfill some of my plans that I have, and I think all of us should understand what they're involved, especially with this ecosystem. We can look to Cosmos ecosystem to see what they're doing with DAOs. A lot of innovative things are happening, and a lot of great things are being done with them. So I'm really hoping to get some good information from this on the 24th. And yeah, I posted a link to this Medium site or page on Universal Ledger, and it caught my attention because one of the board members is Greg Kidd, part of that original PayPal mafia, um, and then obviously involved with Twitter and linked to and one of the early investors in Ripple. So in his words, I think he says he always just seems to be in the right rooms at the right times. So yeah, a lot of things he touches turn to gold. So I always kind of keep an eye on what he's doing. And yeah, they the ledger. That's pretty interesting. Haven't been able to really see what technology they're using, but it's a non-custodial. It's not going to be it's just going to be an API for developers to use their technology as a core infrastructure, basically, that has the identification component already built in, ready to go. So a true wallet as a service platform, providing developers and engineers with an API and event-driven architecture, which they can build digital wallet experiences that allow assets to be moved globally in real time while maintaining global compliance standards like those of the FATF 40 and local jurisdictional regulatory requirements. So there's a lot in here. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like I know Greg Kidd was involved with that global ID. That was part of the wallet there. I don't really know what came of that. I signed up for it, but haven't really utilized it in any way. But yeah, Universal Ledger will enable funds to be moved, accessed, and used within seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, giving entities, governments, and people the ability to move assets locally, regionally, and globally in a low risk, controlled, trusted, audible, and secure way immediately, when and where needed. So yeah, it talks about being able to direct where the funds are going. So here's where it talks about the team. Kirk Chapman, CEO and board member, 20 years of technical banking and payment experience to Universal Ledger. Previously served as head of strategy at Galileo and advisor to Anthony Noto, CEO of SoFi. Can Akis. Can has more than 15 years experience in strategy and operations with a focus on financial services. As a consultant, Can led regulatory corporate strategy driven operating model design and implementations for financial institutions, serving most recently as director of Promontory Financial Group. He also had stints at Deloitte and Slalom Consulting. And then here's Greg Kidd, as I discussed, co-founder and CEO of Global ID, leading innovator in self-sovereign identity. He's also co-founder and partner. I subscribe to his newsletter. That's how I stumbled across this. As an investor, Greg provided first money at Twitter, Square, Coinbase, Robinhood, and Solana. Other early investments include Ripple, Uphold, and Brave. He's also co-founder of Apto Payments, a leading card issuance fintech platform. After working at a consulting firm, Booz Allen Hamilton, Greg took his first company public on the NASDAQ with $250 million in revenue and 6,500 staff globally. He later served in the payments division of the board of governors of the Federal Reserve System and as director of Coreum Financial Group. Greg also served as chief risk officer at Andreessen Horowitz and Google Ventures, back startup Ripple. MBA from Yale University and MPA in public policy from Harvard's Kennedy School. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of explains why I pay attention to what he does and what he's talking about. It's fairly self-explanatory. So, Chris Lewis, financial service executive with 30 years experience in risk and compliance management in the fintech, consumer finance, banking, consultancy, and regulatory sectors. Chris served as director at Promontory Financial Group for 11 years and was recently chief risk and compliance officer at LendUp. He's former senior advisor to the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. And last but not least, Margaret. Margaret has over 2 decades of experience of financial services industry as a regulator, banker, legal analyst, consultant, and investor. Currently, she's partner with Hard Yaka, that's Greg's company. Throughout her career, Margaret's work has centered around helping financial institutions, example fintech management, on the regulatory environment and its requirements, and conducting independent investigations. So yeah, it's a pretty powerful team they got there. Certainly felt like it's worth mentioning to everybody and sharing. I'm going to keep my eye on it, obviously. I like the people he hangs out with, and he's had a lot of successful ventures, obviously. So it's worth keeping our eyes on this one. And Patrick Riley from Reaper Project on the XRP Ledger tweeted this, and I found it fairly interesting. In less than 5 years, no digital media that is not on a blockchain will be admissible as any form of evidence whatsoever. It will be assumed that if it's digital and not on a blockchain, it was created by AI to include music, movies, pictures, videos such as CCTV, and voice. So, like he says, the key here is being the phrase beyond the reasonable doubt. AI gives reasonable doubt to any digital media. So I'm in this for tokenization. So, that's why I'm involved in the Sologenic project and Coreum. We got a lot of things that need tokenized. It's not just financial assets, it's real estate, it's bills of lading, it's data, it's deposits, it's everything. And it's going to take a lot of power and data to tokenize all of that, and I think we're in here early, looking at the technologies that are going to be part of what's coming in the next few years ahead. And Project Meridian investigates how recent rapid advances in financial technology could deliver innovations in the real-time gross settlement systems operated by central banks and which sit at the core of modern electronic payment systems. So let's just see what happens here. We'll give it a try. Yeah, it's hurting. I live up on a mountain. Got 5G wireless internet. I do the best I can. Most days that I don't do a video, it's because it was an upload failure, internet failure, or some other frustrating process with the combination of the two. So working on sorting these things out. That's all I can do. Looks like this live stream turned out pretty good using this new software. Pretty pleased with it. Can see comments at the same time here. We got Core Marshall, the Rich List. Man, I appreciate he saying that. It's just a passion project of mine that's kind of more than I thought. I really enjoy it. I obviously felt there was a need for this kind of content in the Coreum community because I couldn't find it. And yeah, it's exciting. I already have a pretty awesome record of the last 6 months through whatever it's been, 4 to 6 months, as the Coreum project came to obviously Coronova. And yeah, I'm going to document this whole damn thing from start to finish. Oh, hey, here we go. Right on.
Payments are essential to the globe and is making it faster and easier to pay for things in our everyday lives. Project Meridian from the BIS.
No, I stressed it out.
Innovation Hub London Centre and the Bank of England is looking at how financial technology can improve transactions for a wide range of assets. The project experiments using the complex process of buying a house. It builds a prototype new entity, a synchronization operator, at the centre of the simultaneous transfer of money and house ownership. The synchronization operator asks for funds to be reserved in the buyer's bank account so they can only be used to purchase the property. At an agreed time, the operator starts the payment process. It asks the central bank to move funds from the buyer's bank to the seller's bank. Simultaneously, documents are electronically signed, passing ownership of the house to the buyer. The documents, completed in advance by legal representatives, would contain the information needed to update ownership details on the land registry. The operator automates this whole process and provides complete transparency. Everybody in the transaction is kept updated. Trails would be replaced with fast digital procedures, houses simultaneously, and it could be applied to other types of transaction, such as banks exchanging currencies with each other. The automated processes could also lead to further, for example, by linking to other digital records to help protect against financial crime. Project Meridian, simplifying transactions through innovation.
Yeah, well, lesson learned. I'll try and stay away from playing the video. Looks like I got a lot of drop frames in there. Anyways, well, I'm just trying. We're learning as we go. Anyways, guys, well, I don't know how it's gonna end here where it dropped out, but it's not looking good on my end, so I'm gonna